It is that time of the year again here in Sarnia, Ontario, as we kick off the third annual CABC Gold Bat Invitational Tournament. Good evening and welcome to everyone watching across Ontario and across the country as we settle in here and get ready to go. It is that time of the year again here in Sarnia, Ontario. We have our meeting at the plate. We'll get you set up for this evening's game. The first game we're going to be streaming here this evening will feature the home team for this game, the Sarnia Brigade, taking on the visiting team for this game, the Burlington Brants. We'll give you the starting lineups for both teams. First for the visiting team from Burlington. Leading off and playing right field, number 14, Mike Westlake. Batting second, the second baseman, number 28, Matt Mastintuno. Batting third, the designated hitter, number 9, John Hughes. Batting fourth, the catcher, number 99, Matt Von Jemigen. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 21, Bill Rayom. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 29, Corey Morrison. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 11, Cole Lewis. Batting eighth, the shortstop, number 3, Daryl Pierce. And batting ninth, the center fielder, number 8, Jalen Wood. The starting pitcher this evening for the Burlington Brants is number 36, Luke Connors. Now the starting lineup for the home team from Sarnia. Leading off and playing center field, number 3, Logan Buntrock. Batting second, the right fielder, number 12, Miles Adamson. Batting third, the designated hitter, number 29, Hake Vandermeer. Batting fourth, the second baseman, number 27, Carter Arts. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 22, Wes Brooks. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 47, Connor Clark. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 4, Blake Butler. Batting eighth, the shortstop, number 31, Wade Babula. And batting ninth, the left fielder, number 17, Jack Wilson. The starting pitcher this evening for the Sarnia Brigade is number 59, Riker Daniel. Just about set and ready to go here from Stan Slack's Field at Errol Russell Park. We want to thank you all for joining in this evening. Feel free to let us know where you're watching from in our chat on our feed. Happy to be here again. Our third annual, as we mentioned before, third annual CABC Gold Bat Tournament. Widely viewed upon as one of the kind of more premier tournaments in the province that kind of gives a glimpse into what we're going to see here in about a month and a half when we have the provincial national qualifying tournament in Windsor. So Riker Daniel out for his warm-up pitches here. We'll take a quick break and we'll be right back for first pitch here from Stan Slack Field in about 2 minutes. So Daniel all done with his warm-up pitches. Mike Westlake going to step in as we lead things off here in the top of the first inning. Again, Dan Esty along with you here with your play-by-play for this evening's games. First of 3 days of action here of the CABC Gold Bat Tournament. First pitch from Daniel misses down low. And we are all set to go here with this year's edition of the CABC Gold Bat Tournament. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's going to find the outside corner for strike one. Evens the count now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Westlake due up first here for the Burlington Brants, to be followed by Matt Mastintuno and the DH John Hughes due up third, as that one's flown out to right field. Catch going to be made there, and Westlake down for the first out. Here in the top of the first inning. So 1 down here in the top of the first. First pitch to Mastintuno, going to find the outside corner for strike one. And just underway here, top of the first inning. First night of action here at the CABC Gold Bat Tournament. That one check swing fouled back into the netting. And young right-hander Daniel Riker finds himself up 0-2 here on Matt Mastintuno. 0-2 pitch. Slider hit on the ground towards first, but that is going to be foul. So we'll reset here. The count remains no balls and 2 strikes. That pitch misses for a ball. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That one hit over the shortstop's head, and it's going to get down into left center field. And the Brants have their first base runner aboard here in this one on the 1-out single from Matt Mastintuno. Apologize there for the technical difficulties with our scoreboard. Accidentally put something on there by accident. So runner aboard here with 1 out. That fastball misses inside to designated hitter John Hughes. .1-0 pitch swung on and missed there on the slider from right-hander Riker Daniel. Daniel, new add to the Sarnia Brigade this year. He takes the mound here on opening night at the Gold Bat Tournament for the Brigade. 1-1 pitch coming. Fastball swung on and missed for strike 2. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mastintuno takes his lead from first. Just reached on a single to short left center field. Here's the pitch. Slider that misses outside for a ball. Evens the count now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Since we've been here last, I just noticed that the Brigade have installed a beautiful looking scoreboard out in left field now that we can use to help keep track of things. 2-2 pitch coming. Little cutter that misses the outside corner for ball 3. Count full now, 3 balls, 2 strikes on the DH John Hughes. Riker with his sign now. He comes set. Full count pitch. Slider swung on and missed. Mastintuno takes off to second. That throw is going to go into center field. So Hughes down on strikes for the second out of the inning. Mastintuno going to make his way to second base, though, with the stolen base. 2 outs here now in the top of the first inning for catcher Max Von Gemigan. First pitch to him. Fastball that misses outside for ball 1. That pitch swung on and missed by Von Jemingen for strike one. Evens the count now, 1 ball and 1 strike. Another fastball hit over the head of the third baseman, down into left field for a single. Mastantuono going to make his way around. He's going to come in to score, and that's an RBI single for Max Von Jemingen. The Brants grab an early 1-0 lead in opening day action here at the CABC Gold Bat Tournament. So a pair of singles have the Brants on the board here in the top of the first inning as Bill Rayum going to take that slider from Riker Daniel for strike one. A 1 pitch. Another fastball swung on and missed by Rayum for strike two. So Rayum in a bit of a hole here now, down 0-2. 2 outs here, top of the first inning. Early 1-0 lead for the Burlington Brants. Oh, 2 pitch. Fastball that's fouled back to the backstop, so Rayum able to keep himself alive. Sarnia with a pretty good run last year at the provincial national qualifying tournament here as they made it down to the final 5 before bowing out. Little slider hit towards third base. Blake Butler up with it. He's going to come across the diamond to Wes Brooks and in time to retire Rayum for the 3rd out of the inning. So for the Brants in the top of the first inning, 1 run on 2 hits. There were no Sarnia errors. And Burlington leaves 1 runner on base. The score after 1/2 inning of play, Burlington 1, with the Sarnia Brigade coming to bat here in the bottom of the first inning. Opening day action of the CABC Gold Bat Tournament. Thank you so much for taking some time to join us here this evening. Take a quick break. We'll be right back here in the bottom of the first inning. Stay tuned. So Brant's right-hander, Luke Connors, all done with his warm-up pitches here, and we're all set for action at the bottom of the first inning. Due up for the Sarnia Brigade, leading off center fielder Logan Buntrock. The right fielder Miles Adamson due up second. And the DH Hank Vandermeer due up third. First pitch from Connors finds the inside corner with a fastball for strike one. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Another fastball hit on the ground towards short. Pierce up with that one across the diamond. In time to retire Buntrock for the first out here in the bottom of the first inning. So 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Miles Adamson, for his first look at Brant's right-hander, Luke Connors. We'll cut her in on the hands. That one popped over towards first base, and that is going to get out of play foul. Connors, one of the more heavy power arms for the Brants. He delivers a 0-1 fastball that finds the outside corner for strike 2. Count is now no balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 pitch. A little slider that's going to miss outside for ball 1. Good block there from Juan Gemigan. Opening day action here at Stan Slack Field. Errol Russell Park here in beautiful Sarnia, Ontario. That one's going to get fouled out of play down the right field line again. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes here on the right fielder Adamson as DH Hank Vandermeer waits on deck. I'm going to wait to get clarification here. Umpy pointing to first base. So that one looks like it caught the batter in the forearm. So Adamson going to make his way to first. So the hit by pitch with 1 out here has a runner on for the Brigade with 1 out, and designated hitter Hank Vandermeer going to make his way to the plate for his first at bat. In on the hands, popped up towards the backstop. That ball is going to land foul. I'm going to say that didn't sound like it came off the bat great. Vandermeer with a check of his bat there. It seems to be okay. It didn't sound that great, but so Connors up quick here. No balls, 1 strike. That fastball misses up from Connors for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to count now. That ball belted towards right field. Right fielder going to make his way back. Westlake at the fence. That ball is out of here. Two-run home run for designated hitter Hank Vandermeer. And just like that, the Brigade have reclaimed the lead here in this one by a score of 2-1. So that will bring up the second baseman for today's game, Carter Arts. As Connor resets and goes back to work here as that fastball misses up and in for ball 1. And opening day action here, bottom of the first inning in our opening game here at Stan Slack Field. That fastball also misses up and in for a ball. 2-0 the count now. A little cutter there from Connors, fouled back to the backstop for strike 1. Count now 2 balls and 1 strike on the second baseman, Arts. So we have our first visitor in on the stream. Thanks for checking in. Enjoying some Sam Roberts. Good choice for the concert. That pitch misses for a ball. Count now 3 balls and 1 strike here on the second baseman, Carter Arts. Fastball in on the hands, hit towards third. Cole Lewis up with it across the diamond to Bill Rayone. And Arts is going to be retired for the second out here in the bottom of the first. So that's going to bring up the first baseman, Wes Brooks, as he takes a mighty hack at that first fastball from Luke Connors and comes up empty for strike one. Connors set at the belt. Fastball in on the hands, and that one fouls just over the netting here, just off to our left. Connors finds himself up now. 0-2. As the sign he wants. Here's the pitch. Fastball fouled back into the netting. As Wes Brooks keeps himself alive. Must say we always enjoy the music and the sound effects here when we come down to Sarnia. Well, cutter just misses the outside corner for a ball. Good location on that pitch from Connors. Runs the count now, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Connors set. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed for strike 3. That is all for Sarnia here in the bottom of the first inning. Not before they get a 2-run home run from designated hitter Hank Vandermeer, though. They score 2 runs on 1 hit. There were no Brant's errors. No runners left on base. 1 inning of play in the books here from Stan Slackfield. The score, the Sarnia Brigade 2, the Burlington Brants 1. Again, thank you so much for taking some time to join us here. Opening day action of the CABC Gold Bat Tournament. We'll take a short pause. We'll be right back with the top of the second inning. All right, welcome back to our first feature game of the evening between Burlington and Sarnia. Corey Morrison takes a hack at that pitch and sinking line drive to right field, but nice play there by the right fielder, Miles Anderson, as he lays out to make that catch for the first out here in the top of the second inning. Good piece there from Morrison, but just hangs up in the air enough. We got 1 out here in the top of the second. That ball hit hard as well towards second base, and that is going to get into right field as third baseman Cole Lewis has his first hit of the evening. Looks like Arts might have roughed himself up there a little bit as he's a little bit slow to get back to his feet after that diving play. So we'll take a little bit of a pause here while the staff goes out and has a peek at him, and we'll be right back here in a couple of seconds. All right, Arts looks like he's okay. He's going to remain in the game. Coaching staff hustles off the field here, and it looks like we're going to be ready to get back to play here in a second. Shortstop Daryl Pierce going to dig in for his first at bat of the evening. Riker Daniel with his sign. Here's the pitch. Slider that just misses down for ball one. Quick look over at Cole Lewis at first. He comes set at the belt. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Runner takes off. Hit and run on. Is that ball flown out to right field? Going to carry a bit, though, and that's going to go off the glove of Adamson and down. He throws the ball into second. So the error going to get charged to the right fielder, Adamson there, as that one clanks off his glove. It's going to put runners at first and second with one out here for the Brants, with the number 9 hitter Jalen Wood stepping in now. Wood playing center field for the Brants this game. Daniel with his first pitch. Fastball down. That one in the dirt. Good block there. Catcher keeps that one in front. Another good take there from Jalen Wood as he finds himself up 2-0 in this at-bat. Brant's threatening again here in the top of the second inning. Runners on first and second with one out. Here's the pitch from Daniel. That slider gets away from the catcher, Clark. Back to the backstop. Both runners going to advance. Burlington with a pair of runners in scoring position here now. A 3-0 count on the batter, Jalen Wood. It looks like the corners are going to creep in a bit here for Sarnia. The middle of the infield going to stay back. 3-0 pitch. That fastball misses down. Good job. Brant's now with the bases loaded, and they're back to the top of the order here with right fielder Michael Westlake making his way to the dish. So young right-hander Riker Daniel. A little bit of a jam here in the top of the second. First pitch to Westlake. Cutter going to find the outside corner for strike one. And a little bit of a recap so far. Burlington got a run in their half of the first on a single from Max von Gemigen. Brigade able to answer right back in the bottom of the first on a 2-run home run from Hank Vandermeer. Westlake swings and misses at that cutter for strike two. Finds himself down now 0-2. And opening day action here at Stan Slack Field for the third edition of the 2026 CABC Gold Bat Tournament. Happy to be back here in Sarnia for the weekend. That slider going to miss inside for a ball. Count now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases full of Burlington Brants. Cole Lewis at third. Daryl Pierce at second. Jalen Wood at first. That ball hit on the ground towards third. Butler up with it, on to second, on to first. Not in time for the double play, though, as that is going to bring in a run. Fielder's choice going to even this game now, 2-2. count. 1 ball, no strikes here on second baseman Matt Mastin-Tuono. 1 for 1 tonight with a single. That ball fouled back to the backstop for strike 1. Evens the count now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Riker Daniels set. Here's the pitch. Slider hit towards right field. Short right field. Adamson going to take a couple of steps to his right. He'll make the catch. And that is all for the Brants here in the top of the second inning, but not before they're able to even this game up at 2 runs apiece. They score 1 run on 1 hit. There was 1 Sarnia error, and the Brants leave a pair of runners on base. Score after 1.5 innings of play here at Stan Slack Field. It is the Burlington Brants 2, the Sarnia Brigade 2. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back for the bottom of the second inning here in our first feature game of the evening. We'll be right back. All right, we're all set here for the bottom of the second inning. Catcher Cooper Clark going to make his way to the plate. Takes a good hack at that pitch, but his bat goes flying into the Brigade dugout. So he's going to apply a little more stickum there and make his way back to the plate. I believe the count now 1-1. Here's the pitch from Connors, and Clark going to have to go retrieve his bat again. I don't know if somebody said something to him before he came up to the plate, but so we're going to give this a whirl again. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Catcher Cooper Clark due up first. Third baseman Blake Butler waits on deck. You get the 1-2 pitch. That one, a fastball in the outside corner, called strike 3. So Clark down on strikes, looking for the first out here in the bottom of the second inning. That's going to bring up the third baseman for Sarnia, Blake Butler. First pitch from Connors. A little cutter there that swings and misses from Butler for strike 1. Shortstop Wade Babula due up third this inning for the Brigade. That ball fouled back and just into the top of the netting here above us. And we're back in our perch here, just under the awning here at Stan Slack Field. Happy to be back in Sarnia again, bringing everyone live action of all the games here this weekend from Errol Russell Park. Nice cutter there from Connors as Butler swings at that one and misses, and he's down on strikes for the second out of the inning. After a little bit of a rocky first, Connors seems to be settling in here now in the second as he's picked up a pair of strikeouts here to start off the inning. Shortstop Wade Babula going to make his way up. Apologize here. We're doing a little bit of shifting as trying to keep ourselves in the shade. Count now, 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Babula. Here's the pitch from Connors. Fastball swung on and missed. Pretty solid inning there from Connors as he goes 3 up, 3 down. Strikes out the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base for the Brigade here in the bottom of the second inning. We're through 2 innings of play here from Stan Slack Field. The score remains the Burlington Brants 2 and the Sarnia Brigade 2. We'll take a quick break here in the action. We'll be right back for the top of the third inning and opening day action of the 2026 Gold Bat Baseball Tournament. We'll be right back. All right, right-hander, Riker, Daniel all done with his warm-up pitches here, and we're ready for the top of the third inning. It's going to be the designated hitter, John Hughes, leading things off, followed by catcher Max von Gemigen. Due up third this inning is the first baseman, Big Bill Rayom. Here's the first pitch to Hughes. Slider that misses up in the zone for ball 1. Again, if you're joining along in the feed tonight, let us know where you're watching from. I know we usually get a big following here in Ontario, but hopefully we have some folks watching from across the country tonight. That ball fouled back to the backstop for strike 1. Usually a pretty good tune-up tournament here for the teams here. We have 14 teams here this year, 13 of them from Ontario. We have our friends from just across the border, the Michigan Braves, who are back now. They attended tournaments before here in Canada. Took a little bit of a break when the COVID hit, and then looked into wanting to get back into tournaments this year, so they're in this year as well. That pitch just misses down for a ball. Evens the count now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Another pitch that misses down there, and the count now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So Hughes looking to try and work his way on here, the leadoff batter here in the top of the third for the Burlington Brants. Full count pitch. Slider misses outside. The leadoff batter aboard here for the Brants in the top of the third. That's going to bring up the catcher, Max von Gemigen. Von Gemigen, 1 for 2 tonight with an RBI single. First pitch from Daniel. Fastball, outside corner, called strike one. 1-1 the count. DH John Hughes takes his lead from first. Daniel comes set at the belt. He's going to check over at first. He's back in time. Again, around the diamond here tonight for the Brigade. Blake Butler at third base. Wade Babula at short. Carter Arts at second. Wesley Brooks manning first base this evening. Another fastball that finds the outside corner for strike two. Left to right in the outfield, we have Jack Wilson in left, Logan Buntrock in center, Miles Adamson in right field. Doing the catching this evening is Cooper Clark. And on the mound, young right-hander Riker Daniel. He gets ready to deliver his 0-2 pitch. Time called at the plate. So we'll reset and do everything all over again here. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Belted down the left field line. That's going to be way back and out of play over by the houses. Having a look at both of these rosters, we haven't seen a lot of Sarnia this year. They've been hampered with a little bit of rain for a lot of their games. Seemingly looking at their roster, though, would have to be a perennial favorite again at the National Qualifying Tournament coming up in August as the runner takes off towards second base. That throw is going to sail into center field. Runner's going to try and go to third. Here's the throw from center field. And they are able to get that tag down in time as the throw from Logan Buntrock is on the money. John Hughes is down for the first out here in the top of the third inning. Nice throw there from center fielder Logan Buntrock. That erases the Brants base runner here. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes at the plate. That pitch sails up and away for ball 2. So that last play going to go as a stolen base to second, but then the put out is 8-5 at third base for the first out here in the top of the third. That pitch misses outside for a ball. Count now full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Brant's batter's doing a good job of working the count here on the young right-hander, Riker Daniel. Full count offering. That ball popped up towards short left field. Left fielder going to make his way over. He'll make the call. Jack Wilson makes the catch there for the second out. Here in the top of the third inning. So that's going to bring up the first baseman, Bill Rayom. 2 outs now here in the top of the third inning. Opening day action, our first of 2 feature games here this evening at Stan Slack Field. That ball belted towards left field, and that is going to get down and inside the line. Rayom going to make his way to first. He'll make the turn. Good strong throw there from Jack Wilson. It's going to keep him to a single. And the Brants with another run here. Another runner with 2 outs. So Rayom 1 for 2 on the evening now. That's going to bring up the left fielder, Corey Morrison. First pitch from Daniel. Fastball taken on the outer half for strike 1. A 1 pitch, slider also finds the inside part of the plate for strike 2. Breaker up quickly here, 0-2 on Corey Morrison. 0-2 pitch. Spiked into the ground, back to the backstop. Bill Riom going to make his way to second base. It's a wild pitch that's going to get charged to Riker Daniel. The Brants with another runner in scoring position here with 2 outs. One-two pitch in on the hands, hit towards second base. Carter Art's going to wait back on that one, throws on to first. And that's going to retire Morrison for the third out here in the top of the third inning. No runs on 1 hit. There were no Sarnia errors. And the Brants leave a runner aboard. Score after 2.5 innings of play here from Stan Slack Field. It remains the Burlington Brants 2 and the Sarnia Brigade 2. Thank you so much for joining us here. Opening day action of the 2026 CABC Gold Bat Tournament. First of 2 feature games this evening. Our other game coming up just a little bit later this evening at 8:30. It's going to feature another two of the top teams in the province, with the Tecumseh Thunder coming into town to take on the 2024 national qualifying champion, the Newmarket Hawks. So we hope you'll take some time to join us for that. We're going to take a short break, and we'll tee up the bottom of the third inning here in a few minutes. So we're all set for the bottom of the third inning. It's going to be left fielder Jack Wilson leading things off. He lays down a bunt. Cole Wilson going to make the throw to first. Cole Lewis. My apologies. The base runner, Jack Wilson, able to beat that one out. That is a leadoff bunt single for the Brigade here in the bottom of the third. Now we're going to be back to the top of the order with center fielder Logan Buntrock. 0 for 1 on the evening, grounded out to shortstop in his first plate appearance. Good hack at that one from Buntrock. It's fouled back and out of play. So no balls and 1 strike to count. Left fielder Jack Wilson takes his lead from first. Quick check from Connors. He's back in time safely. Connors set at the belt. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung and on, missed by Buntrock for strike 2. Connors doing a good job of mixing speeds, locations, trying to keep this very strong hitting Sarnia team off balance. That ball hit towards right field. Michael Westlake going to make his way over. He'll make the catch. Wilson going to make his way back to first. Buntrock down for the first out here in the bottom of the third inning. And it's going to be right fielder Miles Adamson making his way to the plate. Another check to first. Wilson back in safely. Our first time seeing Jack Wilson play, obviously from watching him lay down the bunt, has pretty good wheels. So Connors wants to make sure that he lets him know that he's thinking about him. Connors set at the belt. Here he's going to check over again. And Wilson back in safely. Miles Adamson, in his first plate appearance, was hit by a pitch. First pitch from Connors in this at bat misses high for ball one. Looks like Connors might have caught a cleat there when he was going to check him that time and falls off the mound awkwardly. And unfortunately, because he didn't disengage from the mound, that is going to be a balk. So Wilson going to make his way to second. So runner on second now, 1 out. 1-0 count here on Miles Adamson as that fastball finds the outside corner for strike one. One pitch swung on and missed by Adamson for strike two. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Interesting to look through this Sarnia lineup this year. A few names that we've seen before, but quite a few new names we're seeing as well. Folks like Jack Wilson, the batter here with Miles Adamson, lines that one into left field. Runner going to get the wave as he comes around. Cut play to the plate. Here's the throw. Not in time as Jack Wilson going to slide in safely there. That RBI single off the bat of Miles Adamson has given the Brigade the lead again here, 3-2 in this one. This big DH, Hank Vandermeer, going to make his way back to the plate. He takes a fastball inside for strike one. Vandermeer responsible for the other 2 runs here this evening for the Brigade as he had a 2-run home run back in the first inning. Out to right center field. Adamson with the lead. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed by Vandermeer for strike 2. Update our scoreboard there. Sorry about that. So Connors up here, 0-2 now on the DH. Vandermeer. Another fastball swung on to miss. Connors makes quick work of Vandermeer this time as he's down on strikes for the second out. So with 2 outs here and a runner on first, that's going to bring up the second baseman, Carter Arts. Arts 0 for 1 this evening, grounded out to third baseman Cole Lewis back in the first. First pitch to him, good fastball, swung on and missed for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike to count.
Yep, I have a back pocket. It's pretty deep.
Runner takes off to second. That ball lined down the left field line, but foul just by the feet of Coach Joel Ainsworth. So 0-2 the count here now. Connor's way up again in this at bat. Bottom of the third inning, 3-2 Sarnia Brigade as we play here. Opening night action of the CABC Gold Bat Tournament. That ball fouled back and out of play just to our right. A few nervous fans behind me there as that one sails over towards a group of cars just off to our right. Oh, 2 pitch, slider, swung on and missed. And Arts is down on strikes. Not before the Sarnia Brigade are able to retake the lead here in the bottom of the third inning. They get 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors. And the Brigade leave 1 runner on base. The score after 3 complete innings of play here at Stan Slack Field. It is the Sarnia Brigade 3, the Burlington Brants 2. Again, thank you so much for joining us here Opening night action, our first of two feature games coming up after this one at 8:30 p.m. It will be the Tecumseh Thunder of the Can-Am League taking on the 2024 National Qualifying Champion Newmarket Hawks of the Greater Toronto Baseball League. We hope you'll stick around and join us for that one a little bit later. We'll take a quick break for now. We'll be right back for the top of the fourth here in a couple of minutes. Welcome back for the top of the fourth inning. Riker Daniel all done with his warm-up pitches. It's going to be third baseman Cole Lewis leading things off here for the Burlington Brants in the top of the fourth. See if fouls a pitch back just off the top of the netting here and out of play. Shortstop Daryl Pierce going to be due up second. The number 9 hitter Jalen Wood due up third. So we do have some other games going on this evening during the 6 o'clock time slot that we'll keep you apprised of as we go here, as that pitch misses down and in for a ball. Over at Blackwell Park, it is the Ilderton Riverhawks currently leading the Michigan Braves by a score of 2-1 in that game. They're in the bottom of the fourth. And then out at Courtright at Eric McKenzie Field, that ball hit on the ground, and that's going to get by Wes Brooks and into right field for a leadoff single. At Eric McKenzie Field, it is the Leaside Leafs and the Arundel Cardinals currently tied 2-2 in that game right now in the bottom of the fourth as well. We don't have an update yet from Petrolia, but we'll keep an eye on things for those games as well as we progress here throughout the evening. So leadoff man aboard here for the Brants in the top of the fourth as Cole Lewis reaches on that single to right field. That's going to bring up shortstop Daryl Pierce. Runner takes off. That ball chopped towards third base. Butler up with the ball across the diamond. In time to retire Pierce. Hit and run was on there for the Brants, so Lewis able to safely make it to second base. Pierce is going to go down on the 5-3 putout. And we have one out now here in the top of the fourth. And we have center fielder Jalen Wood making his way to the plate. He takes a slider on the inside part of the plate for strike one. Wood's first plate appearance this evening, he walked. Back in the second inning. That pitch misses just down and in for a ball, evening the count now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Brant's threatening again here. Had runners on in each inning they've played so far, putting a little bit of pressure here on right-hander Riker Daniel. 1-1 pitch. Down in the dirt. That gets away from the catcher, Cooper Clark. Cole Lewis going to make his way to third base on the wild pitch. We talk about important things to be able to do in games, and when you get into big tournaments like this, when you get into the provincial qualifier or the national qualifying tournament, situational hitting and being able to get these runs across is important, as Sarnia Brigade are going to bring their infield in now to try and cut down this run at the plate. That slider finds the outside corner for a strike. Evens the count now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Right fielder Michael Westlake waits on deck, the top of the order for the Brants. Here's the pitch. Slider that swung on and missed. Jalen Wood is down on strikes for the second out. As we go back to the top of the order, we're going to get a mound visit here for the Brigade. Eric Steves making his way out to the mound. So quick chat as he goes over some strategy here for Westlake. We did have a little bit of bullpen action there for Sarnia just a few minutes ago, as it looked like it was Hank Vandermeer, I believe, was down in the pen throwing for a little bit. So here's the first pitch to Westlake. Slider that finds the outside corner for strike one. And top of the fourth here, 3-2 Sarnia in this game. Opening night action as they play against the Burlington Brants here at home. That ball hit on the ground towards third base and is going to trickle just foul. Looks like that might have caught a piece of Westlake's foot. He's a little bit slow to get up here. Pitch had a little bit of dive on it in towards the hands, and those ones hurt. Trust me, I can attest to that. He's going to take a second to walk this one off, as he's going to make sure he's okay to keep going in this one. So the count now 0-2. Westlake looks like he's good. Humpy giving him some time here to make sure he's okay. So Westlake going to dig back in here. Cole Lewis takes his lead from third. Here's the pitch. Fastball that swung on and missed. And the Brants going to leave another base runner stranded here. They get no runs on one hit. There were no Sarnia errors. And they're going to leave a runner at third base. We head to the bottom of the fourth inning here at Stan Slack Field. The score remains the Sarnia Brigade 3 and the Burlington Brants 2. Again, thank you so much for joining us here on opening day action of the 2026 CABC Gold Bat Invitational Tournament. Glad to have you around for the evening. Our first of two feature games we're going to have for you here this evening at Arrow Russell Park. The second game coming up at 8:30 will feature the Tecumseh Thunder of the Can-Am League taking on the Newmarket Hawks of the Greater Toronto Baseball League. Should be a great one. Hope you'll take some time to join us. We'll take a quick break here while Luke Connors takes his warm-up pitches, and we'll be right back for the bottom of the fourth. So right-hander Luke Connors of the Burlington Brants all done with his warm-up pitches, and we're all set for the bottom of the fourth inning here at Stan Slack Field. 5, 6, 7 due up here for the Sarnia Brigade in the home half of the fourth. First baseman Wes Brooks going to lead things off, followed by catcher Cooper Clark. And third baseman Blake Butler due up third as that one is popped sky high towards first base. Good effort there from Michael Westlake, but that one is going to drop foul. Strike one on Wesley Brooks. Wes 0 for 1 this evening, struck out in his first at bat back in the first. We are keeping an eye on other action happening throughout the course of the tournament. There are 3 other games happening as that one popped up sky high on the infield. First baseman Bill Rayome going to make his way over. He'll make the catch. And Wes Brooks is down for the first out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. We do have 3 other games going on during the 6 o'clock time slot. We just did update them a little while ago, but the bottom of the 4th inning over at Eric McKenzie Field in Courtright, it is Leaside Leafs and Arundel Cardinals are currently tied 2-2. And down the road at Blackwell Park here in Sarnia, it is the Ilderton Riverhawks currently leading the Michigan Braves by a score of 2-1 in that game. We'll try and get an update on the other game, which is currently happening out at Morrison Field in Petrolia, which is an all-COBA matchup there between the Waterloo Tigers taking on the Milton Red Sox. Cooper Clark, the catcher, now at bat. He finds himself in an 0-2 hole here to Luke Connors as he fouls that one back and out of play. That did not sound like a soft landing. So the count remains 0-2. 0-2 pitch from Connors. Another foul ball back and out of play. And I know we're in Sarnia right now, but Cooper Clark might not be the most favorite player of a few fans here right now. Going hunting for a few cars here. So the count remains no balls, 2 strikes. And bottom of the 4th here from Stan Slack Field. The score right now is Sarnia 3, Burlington 2. Here's the pitch from Connors. Slider ripped down the left field line, but that is going to hook just foul. First of 2 featured games we're going to have here for you on the evening on our live stream. The second game will feature the Tecumseh Thunder taking on the Newmarket Hawks. We will have that game for you in its entirety at 8:30. That slider just misses the outside corner for a ball. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good fastball there from Connors. He gets Clark to swing through that one. He is down on strikes for the second time this evening, and he is the second out here in the bottom of the 4th. Seventh K on the night for right-hander Luke Connors as he settles in to face Blake Butler now, and that cutter finds the zone for strike 1. Butler, one of those 7 strikeouts back in his first at bat in the second inning. Another cutter, that one going to find the zone as well for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes to count here. 2 outs, bottom of the 4th inning. Nobody aboard here for the Brigade. Here's the pitch. Good slider down, good block there from Von Jemijan, but doesn't get Butler to bite at that one. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Another fastball. That one, Butler unable to hold a swing. He's going to be down on strikes for the 3rd out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base for the Brigade. Score after 4 complete innings of play. It remains the Sarnia Brigade 3, the Burlington Brants 2. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back for the top of the 5th inning and a pitching change for the Sarnia Brigade. We'll be right back. So we're just about ready to go here in the top of the 5th inning, as it's going to be 2-3-4 due up for the Burlington Brents. Second baseman Matt Maston 2-0 going to lead things off. DH John Hughes due up second. And it'll be the catcher Max Von Gemigan due up third against new Sarnia Brigade pitcher number 29 Hank Vandermeer. That fastball finds the plate for strike one. Good looking slider there. That one misses the outside corner for a ball. That closes the book on Sarnia starter Riker Daniels. He goes 4 innings, allows 2 runs, both of them earned. So he'll take a break for the rest of the evening. That pitch misses inside for a ball. Riker allowed 5 hits, had 3 strikeouts. That ball hit towards center field. Logan Buntrock going to make his way in, and he'll make the catch. Hang on, here's the umpire saying that is not on the transfer, and that is the drop fly ball. I have a feeling that we'll probably get a visit here just to get an explanation on that one. To me, it did look like it was on the transfer, so we're going to get a meeting here and we'll get a discussion. So we'll see what the plate umpire comes in with here for information. Tough play, but that is the right call. Buntrock able to make that play. He was bringing his glove back up to his chest. The ball came loose then when it was on the transfer, so good job by the umpires there to get together, get that one right. We have 1 out here now in the top of the 5th. That first fastball to DH John Hughes finds the zone for strike 1. Hughes 1 for 2 tonight. He checks his swing, but not able to hold up there, as that's a called strike at the plate. Count now 0-2. Hughes had a single back in his last at bat, struck out in the first. Vandermeer with the long look in. He has the sign he wants now. Here's the pitch. Another slider. That one going to come back over the inside corner. And that is a called strike 3. Hughes is down on strikes for the second out here in the top of the 5th. So 2 outs here now, and the catcher, Max Von Gemigan, going to dig in for his third at bat of the evening. 1 for 2 tonight, an RBI single back in the first. He flew out to left in his last at bat. That ball hit on the ground to second base. Carter Arts up with that one clean on to West Brooks at first. That is a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Brigade here in the top of the 5th. No runs, no hits, no errors. The Brants leave no one on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning here at Stan Slack Field. The score, Sarnia Brigade 3, the Burlington Brants 2. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back on the other side at the bottom of the 5th, as well as some updates for you from our other action happening across the Sarnia and surrounding areas. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Luke Connors all done with his warm-up pitches. We're all set for the bottom of the 5th inning. Welcome back to Stan Slack Field. Thank you so much for taking some time to join us on this Friday evening as we open up the 3rd edition of the CABC Gold Bat Invitational Tournament. Wade Babula going to make his way to the plate. He will lead things off here as Luke Connors enters his 5th inning of work for the Burlington Brants. Babula will be followed by the left fielder, Jack Wilson, and then back to the top of the order as we have center fielder Logan Buntrock due up 3rd. Nice looking slider there from Connors. Babula comes up empty on that swing for strike 1. Evens the count now, 1 ball and 1 strike. Good fastball there in the outside corner. Swung through and missed by Babula for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes now, the count. Wade 0 for 1 tonight, with a strikeout back in the 2nd inning. That little cutter misses the outside corner for a ball. Evens the count now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. We'll flip our scoreboard over to the bottom of the 5th here. That ball hit towards left field, but is going to hook and land just foul outside the foul line. So the count remains even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Connors with a couple of shakes, and he comes set at the belt now. Here's the pitch. That slider swung on and missed. Babula is down on strikes here for the first out in the bottom of the 5th. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. It's going to bring up the left fielder, Jack Wilson. 1 for 1 tonight with a single. So he tips that one into the catcher's mitt for strike 1. Reminder to stay tuned at the end of the game. We're going to have our game MVP announcements brought to you this year by Rebel Bats. We have some really nice trophy bats. They're going to be going home with our game MVP award winners this year. So stay tuned for that award at the end. We'll be making the decision here based on our scorebook. And Luke Connors makes quick work with Wilson in this at bat. That is double-digit strikeouts now for Luke Connors, as that's his 10th strikeout on the evening. 2 outs now here in the bottom of the 5th as we're back to the top of the order for Logan Buntrock. Logan 0 for 2 tonight, grounded out to short, flew out to right field in his last at bat in the 3rd inning. He takes that pitch down for a ball. Connors with his sign and comes set at the belt. Here's the pitch. Fastball in the outside corner for a strike. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. A little cutter going to miss down for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike now, the count. Connor's going to take a second to reset here. Two-one pitch to Buntrock, in on the hands, hit towards third base. Cole Lewis going to bobble that one. Might have been a tough play even if he does come up with that, but Buntrock going to reach on the error to the third baseman. So we do have a pinch hitter here coming up for the Sarnia Brigade. Gibbs going to take some swings here for Miles Adamson. A little bit of life here for the Brigade in the bottom of the 5th as they have a runner reach here with 2 outs. And the score right now, Sarnia 3, Burlington 2 as we play here in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch from Connors. That one popped way up and coming back here behind the plate. That ball going to land foul just over the netting. Again, we promised you some updates, so we'll see what we got here happening in our other games. Out at Eric McKenzie Field in Courtright, the Arundel Cardinals have opened that game up as they currently lead the Leaside Leafs by a score of 8-4 in the 5th inning. In the bottom of the 5th at Blackwell Park, the Ilderton Riverhawks continue to lead that game, a tight one there, by a score of 2-1 over the Michigan Braves, who are back with us here in Canada doing some tournaments after a few years off. Again, we'll work on trying to get you an update from our 4th game happening out at Morrison Field in Petrolia between the Waterloo Tigers and the Milton Red Sox as the batter Gibbs goes down on strikes. Runner was on the move there, but it doesn't matter as that's the 3rd out of the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 Burlington error. They leave a runner on base. We are through 5 innings of play here at Stan Slack Field. Beautiful Errol Russell Park here in Sarnia, Ontario. The score remains the Sarnia Brigade 3 and the Burlington Brants 2. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back for top of the 6th here from Stan Slack Field. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. That ball is belted towards left center field, just off the base of the fence. Close play at second. I think Bill Rayome thought he got enough of that one to get it out of the park. He slides in just under the tag of Carter Arts at second base. Once again, the Brants have a runner in scoring position here with less than 2 outs. As left fielder Corey Morrison going to make his way to the plate now. That hit for Rayome, his second of the evening. He had a single back in the third. He grounded out to third base in the first inning, so 2 for 3 on the evening. That slider going to find the inside corner for strike one to left fielder Morrison. Corey 0 for 2 tonight, flew out to right, grounded out to second base. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Vandermeer. Another slider, same spot. Morrison not happy with that call. Looked like it might have missed a bit inside, but either way, count now 0-2. Vandermeer with a long look in here to catcher Cooper Clark. Big lead by Rayome there at second base. He's going to dance back. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Slider belted towards left field. That's going to get down for a single. That's going to take a weird hop and get past the left fielder, Jack Wilson. Bill Rayome going to come in safely. Corey Morrison going to trot into second base, and that RBI double has tied this game now at 3. Still nobody out here in the top of the 6th. Good piece there by the veteran Morrison as he's able to drive in the run there to tie the game up. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Cole Lewis. First pitch from Vandermeer. Slider that swung on and missed for strike one. Lewis 2 for 2 tonight with a pair of singles. Scored a run back in the second. It's the Brants looking to try and take the lead in this one. Only lead they had so far this evening was back in the top of the first. They get an RBI single from catcher Max von Gemmingen. But threatening here with nobody out. Again, we talk about that situational hitting and trying to get things done here at big tournaments. Here's the pitch. Slider, that's going to find the outside corner for a strike. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That one's going to miss outside for a ball. Again, 3-3 in our game right now, top of the 6th inning. Corey Morrison just tying this game up with an RBI double to left field. 2-2 the count here on the third baseman, Cole Lewis. Fastball down, good block there from Cooper Clark. Count full now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Morrison with his lead from second base. Vandermeer with the long look in here. He has a couple of shakes, and he's going to come set at the belt. Here's the full count pitch. Fastball fouled back to the backstop. Good spoil there from Lewis. Shortstop Darryl Pierce waits on deck. Another full count offering from Vandermeer. Slider swung on and missed by Lewis. That's a big out for the Brigade there as they get their first one of the inning. So it looks like we're going to have a change of runners here at second base. Corey Morrison going to make his way out of this game. Veteran Trevor Woodjet's going to come in to run. So Woodjet's now the runner at second base for Morrison. He takes his lead. First pitch to Pierce is going to miss down for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Pierce 0 for 2 tonight. He reached on an error back in the second, grounded out to third in the fourth. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Slider, just going to miss the inside corner for a ball. Two balls, no strikes to count. Tie game here, 3-3 as we play in the top of the 6th inning in this game between Sarnia and Burlington. A little inside move there from Vandermeer. Runner back in lots of time. And first of 2 feature games here from our opening night of the CABC Gold Bat Tournament. Our second game will feature the Tecumseh Thunder taking on the Newmarket Hawks. That game will be at 8:30 as that ball hit on the fist. Good play there from Blake Butler. He's able to track that one down. Woodjet's going to make his way back to second safely. And we have 2 outs here now in the top of the 6th as we have center fielder Jalen Wood making his way to the plate. A cutter that's going to find the inside corner for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike to count. Here's the pitch from Vandermeer. Another slider. That one going to miss just down for a ball. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike. Wood 0 for 1 tonight. He had a walk in the second, struck out back in the fourth. That ball punched foul and out of play. Just down the right field line. So the count now is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Vandermeer set at the belt. Here's the pitch. Slider swung on and missed. Good job by Vandermeer there as he's able to limit the damage and keep this game even. 1 run on 2 hits for the Brants. There were no Sarnia errors, and there was 1 runner left on base. We head to the home half of the 6th inning here at Stan Slack Field. The score, the Burlington Brants 3, the Sarnia Brigade 3. We'll take a short pause. We'll come back for the bottom of the 6th inning. We'll get you some updates from our other games as well. Opening night action of the 2026 CABC Gold Bat Tournament here from beautiful Sarnia, Ontario. We'll be right back just after a short break. So we're all set for air action here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pitcher Hank Vandermeer going to lead things off, followed by second baseman Carter Arts. First baseman Wes Brooks due up third this inning. That first pitch from Brant's right-hander Luke Connors misses just up for ball one. That ball in on the hand sounded like a broken bat out towards left field. The catch going to get made there by Trevor Woodjets. Hank Vandermeer down for the first out here in the bottom of the sixth. Connors very well known to teams here in the province, but has had an excellent outing here tonight. He's given up the 3 runs, had a little bit of a rough first, gave up the 2-run home run to Hank Vandermeer. Gave up 1 more run in the 3rd inning, but since then has been pretty solid. As Carter Arch swings through that one and misses for strike 1. Arch 0 for 2 tonight with a ground out to 3rd and a strikeout. 1 of 10 strikeouts so far this evening for Luke Connors. As that ball's hit towards the gap in right center field, that looks like it's going to get down, and it does, and gets to the fence. Carter Arts is going to cruise into second base. And that is a 1-out double for the second baseman, Carter Arts. Again, a reminder at the end of this one to stay tuned for our game MVP announcements brought to you this year by Rebel Bats. Very appreciative of their support of the tournament this year, as we have little mini trophy bats. They're going to go home with all our game MVPs from all our games that are played here this year. That first pitch to first baseman Wesley Brooks misses up and away for ball 1. Wes 0 for 2 tonight, a strikeout, and he popped out to first base. Carter Arts with his lead from second. Here's the pitch from Connors. That pitch misses just up for a ball. Hitters count here for Brooks now as he finds himself up 2-0. Arts with his lead from second. Here's the pitch from Connors. Good looking fastball there in the outside corner for strike 1. Couldn't tell if Brooks didn't agree with that one or he just wasn't happy he didn't have a hack at that one, but looked like a pretty good pitch there. Long look in by Connors. He comes set at the belt. Here's the pitch. In on the hands, hit towards shortstop. Pierce up with that one across the diamond. Able to retire Wes Brooks in time. Carter Arts going to make his way to third on that play. So Brooks goes 6-3 for the second out of the inning. And that's going to bring up the catcher, Cooper Clark. Clark 0 for 2 tonight with a pair of strikeouts. First pitch from Connors. Good hack there from Clark. Fouled back into the netting for strike 1. Connors with his sign now, comes set. Here's the pitch. That one down to the dirt. Good block there from catcher Max von Gemigen. Count even now, 1 ball and 1 strike. Bottom of the 6th inning here, score tied 3-3 right now between the Sarnia Brigade and the Burlington Brants. Here's the pitch from Connors. That pitch just misses down as well for a ball. Count now 2 balls, 1 strike. Brigade threatening here in the bottom of the 6th. Carter Arts stands at third base. There are 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 2. Count now even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. As Luke Connors tries to navigate his way out of this jam here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch. Hit on the ground towards short. Across the diamond from Pierce. In time to retire Cooper Clark. And that is all for the Brigade here in the home half of the 6th inning. No runs on 1 hit. There were no Burlington errors. And the Sarnia Brigade strand that runner at third base. Score after 6 complete innings of play from Stan Slack Field. It remains tied 3-3 between the Sarnia Brigade and the Burlington Brants. We'll take this opportunity to have a peek through some other games that are going on during this 6 o'clock time slot. Out at Eric McKenzie Field in Courtright, the Lee Side Leafs have started to claw their way back in that one a little bit, as they currently trail the Arundel Cardinals by a score of 8-7 in that game. Meanwhile, at Blackwell Park, just down the road from us here in Sarnia, the score there remains the Alderton Riverhawks 2 and the Michigan Braves 1. We'll try and get an update if we can before the end of this game on the other game happening during 6 o'clock, which is the Milton Red Sox taking on the Waterloo Tigers in an all-COBA Major League matchup. Again, opening night action here from the 2026 CABC Gold Bat Tournament. We'll take a short pause, get right back to the action here in the top of the 7th. Stay tuned. So it looks like we're all ready to go here in the top of the 7th. It's going to be the top of the order due up for the Brants. So that pitch misses down to right fielder Michael Westlake. Mike 0 for 3 tonight. Flew out to right field. He had a fielder's choice back in the 2nd. Struck out in his last at bat. That fastball going to miss just inside for a ball. Westlake into a hitter's count here, 2-0 now. Second baseman Matt Maston, 2-0, waits on deck. The designated hitter John Hughes due up third. 2-0 pitch, broken bat, and that's going to drop into short center field. And the Brants have their leadoff runner aboard here after that broken bat single from Michael Westlake. No better time than the 7th inning to get your first hit on the evening. That's what Michael Westlake just did here to get things going for the Brants. So second baseman Matt Maston, 2-0. Going to dig in here for the Brants. Maston 2-0 is 1 for 3 tonight with a single back in the first and a run scored. Runner takes off to second. Here's the throw from the catcher, Cooper. Looked like initially he was called safe on the steal. Looks like he might have had a little bit of an awkward landing there coming into second and ended up coming off the base. So we'll take a break here just for a second as the staff and team is going to come out here and check on Westlake at second base. We'll be right back here just after a short pause. So nice round of applause here at the park for Westlake as he slowly makes his way off the field. Looks like he's holding his right arm, so I'm not sure if it's something with his arm or maybe his shoulder. He's going to make his way over to the dugout. I believe the pitch to Maston 2-0 there was called a ball. Just wait for confirmation on that. So 1 out here for the Brants in the top of the 7th. Vandermeer going to step off and kind of reset here and get a new sign from catcher Cooper Clark. Here's the pitch. That fastball runs down and in for ball 1. Just waiting to see if we can get an update on the count here, as that one misses down as well for a ball. So it is 2 balls. I'm not sure if it's 2 balls and 1 strike or if it's 3 balls in the count. That pitch misses inside, so it must have been 3 balls there. So Mastin Tuno draws the 4-pitch walk. He's going to make his way down to first. So another base runner here for the Brants with 1 out in the top of the 7th. That's going to bring up the designated hitter, John Hughes. Hughes this evening, 1 for 3 with a single back in the 3rd as he takes a pitch for a ball. That hit sandwiched by a pair of strikeouts he had back in the 1st and the 5th. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That slider going to catch the outside corner for strike 1. Count even now, 1 ball, 1 strike. I'm going to check over to first, the runner back in time. Good looking slider there from right-hander Hank Vandermeer as Hughes swings through that one for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. One out here as we play in the top of the 7th. That slider going to find the outside corner, and that is a called strike 3. So we have 2 outs here now as we play in the top of the 7th inning. Catcher Max Von Gemigan going to make his way to the plate. Max is 1 for 3 tonight, had an RBI single back in the 1st. He flew out to left, grounded out the 2nd back in the 5th inning. That ball fouled back and out of play just to our left. So no balls and 1 strike to count here. Matt Mastin-Tuino takes his lead from first. That pitch misses up and away for a ball. 1-1 the count now. Sun's starting to set just a bit here now as we've had just a beautiful day here in Sarnia. Great weather, couldn't ask for better weather here. Runner takes off to second base. Throw from Cooper Clark just a little bit high and to the left, and Mastin-Tuino able to slide in safely there with the stolen base. So we have a runner on second base now with 2 outs for the Brants. A 1-1 count to the batter, Max Von Gemigan. Hank Vandermeer going to step off and get a new set of signs here from catcher Cooper Clark. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Slider hit towards left field. Jack Wilson making his way over. He's going to make the catch. Once again, the Brants threatening there in that inning, but unable to come up with a run. They go no runs on 1 hit. There were no Sarnia errors. And the Brants leave 1 runner on base. We head to the home half of the 7th inning here at Stan Slack Field. The score remains tied 3-3 between the Sarnia Brigade and the Burlington Brants. We're going to take a short break. I'll be right back as 7, 8, 9 due up for the Brigade here in the home half of the 7th. We'll be right back. So we have a few defensive changes coming into this inning for the Burlington Brants as Michael Westlake has exited this game with an injury. Into the game for Westlake is Kyle Arbuthnot. He'll play at first base. Billy Rayom will make his way from first over to third base. And then going from third base to right field is going to be Cole Lewis. So again, Westlake out, Kyle Arbuthnot in, and then a couple of other defensive changes there for the Brants as we settle into the bottom of the seventh inning here. Blake Butler going to lead things off as he takes a fastball up and in from Brants pitcher Luke Connors into his seventh inning of work now. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That cutter just going to miss down and away for a ball. So 2-0 the count now. As we said before the start of the inning, 7, 8, 9 due up here for the Sarnia Brigade. That fastball going to find the outside corner for a strike. Makes the count 2 balls and 1 strike here now, and the third baseman, Blake Butler. Butler 0 for 2 tonight with a pair of strikeouts. That cutter going to miss up and away. Now hitters count here for Butler, 3-1. So we play here in the bottom of the seventh inning. Tie game 3-3 between the Sarnia Brigade and Burlington Brants. Good hack there from Butler. Back into the netting, though foul. Count full now, 3 balls and 2 strikes. That pitch going to miss for a ball. Butler going to make his way to first. So pinch hitter here for the Sarnia Brigade is Quentin Johnson, going to make his way off the bench here to hit for shortstop Wade Babula. Blake Butler, the runner at first, he just walked. Head coach Ricky Ellis going to make a trip to the mound here, have a chat with his starting pitcher in the infield. Assuming they're going to try and set up here for defensive purposes, as Johnston has some pretty good wheels. So the possibility of a bunt here, possibility of a hit and run here, both very strong chances of happening. Coach Joel Ainsworth with an extended conversation there with Quentin Johnston, who makes his way to the plate now. Again, pinch hitting for Wade Babula. A little bit of action now in the bullpen for the Burlington Brants as big right-hander Cam Ryerson gets up to start the throw. That pitch taken high for ball 1. Brants fully expecting the bunt here as Bill Rayom way in on the grass at the corner at third. That bunt pushed down the first baseline, but it is going to roll foul. Count evens up now at 1-1. So count even now, 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Connors. Johnston squares the bunt again. That pitch misses outside for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike now, the count. Blake Butler with his lead from first. Connors set at the belt. Here's the pitch. No bunt this time. Swung through and missed by Johnston for strike 2. Count even now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tied 3-3 here, bottom of the 7th inning at Stan Slack Field. Here's the pitch. That one fouled back and just out of play. over by the Tecumseh Thunder, who await their turn to play here this evening. They will be on the field at 8:30, taking on the Newmarket Hawks in our second feature game here this evening from Errol Russell Park. That fastball just misses the inside corner. Connors with a little bit of a look in there. Looks pretty handy to the plate, but that one called inside. So the count full now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. He comes set at the belt. Here's the pitch. That pitch going to miss inside as well. Couple of close calls there for Luke Connors as he walks a pair of runners here to start off the bottom of the 7th inning. So we have runners now on first and second base. It's going to be the left fielder, Jack Wilson, stepping in. He will square to bunt. He gets the bunt down to third base. They're going to try and flip to third, but not in time. So the base is now full of Sarnia Brigade, as Wilson's going to reach on the fielder's choice there as they try and get the out at third base, but not in time. We are back to the top of the order now, with center fielder Logan Buntrock stepping in. The infielders all in here for the Brants. The outfielders creeping in as well. First pitch. That ball gets away from Max von Jemingen. So that first pitch misses for a ball. That ball laced over the head of the shortstop and into right field. And that is going to bring Blake Butler in. And that is the ball game as the Sarnia Brigade walk off the Burlington Brants in this one. The final score here from Stan Slack Field. It is the Sarnia Brigade 4 and the Burlington Brants 3. For Sarnia in their half of the 7th inning, they score 1 run on 1 hit. There were no Brants errors, and they leave 3 men on base. We'll be right back in a second as the teams shake hands here. We're going to make our Rebel Bat Player of the Game announcements for both teams, so stay tuned. We'll be right back. So just the final line score here from the park this evening. For the Sarnia Brigade, they score 4 runs on 5 hits. They had 1 error. And for the Burlington Brants, they score 3 runs on 8 hits. No errors. Our Rebel Bat Player of the Game announcements. Player of the Game from the Burlington Brants, 2 for 3 with a pair of singles, is Cole Lewis. The Player of the Game for the Sarnia Brigade. He picks up the win on the mound in relief. He also had a 2-run home run back in the first inning. Is number 29, Hank Vandermeer. Thank you so much for joining us here in our first game of the evening. Again, we have a second game coming up at 8:30 from the park. It will feature the Tecumseh Thunder of the Can-Am League, who will be taking on the Newmarket Hawks of the Greater Toronto Baseball League. Again, final score here in our first game, the Sarnia Brigade victorious over the Burlington Brants by a score of 4-3. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back probably just around 8:30 for first pitch of our next game. Take care. Thank you for joining us. Have a good evening.